Hey guys, what's up? It's Wasatch Back Explorer here to talk about some of the cook kits that I use when I've been backpacking and for some of the years that I've been backpacking, the things that I've liked and I've not liked. And I don't claim to be an expert, but sometimes people ask me, or you read on forums and whatnot, what's the best cook kit for me? And really that all depends on what style of backpacking you are, whether you're traditional, lightweight, ultra lightweight, whether you like to cook gourmet or you just like freeze-dried stuff. And for me, I am more of the freeze-dried, although I would like to get more into the gourmet cooking, and there's a lot of great options out there as far as cook kits for actually cooking meals, such as like quick breads and different things like that. And I'm not an expert on that. I haven't had enough experience, but I am more for just boil some water, put it in a bag, oatmeal, whatever it may be, and then kind of walk off. And that's about the extent of my cooking. And so that's kind of what I'm centered around mostly. But I know that there are some great options, like I said, for like pans, where they're actual pans, such as the fry bake. And there's a lot of great reviews on the fry bake, and I've actually looked into getting some of the fry bake for myself and trying it out. And one video I like is by Backcountry Exposure. He does some really awesome videos on what you can cook with the fry bake. And basically what it is just a pan, an 8-inch pan that's pretty deep, and you can cook like cakes and breads and different. He does, Devin at Backcountry Exposure, he does pizzas, he does eggs. I mean, he does a lot of cool stuff with that, and so I encourage you to go check that out if that's a form of cooking that you want to do. But today I'm just going to go into probably the most basic, which is put water into a freeze-dried meal or into oatmeal or anything like that and calling it good. And so we all kind of know like the basic Boy Scout cookie kit, which is something like this. Now, this is stainless steel. Some are aluminum, some are stainless steel, but I mean in the whole kit you get a pan, you get a pot, a smaller pot, and a cup. And I mean, this Bessie weighs a ton. Let's just grab this scale, and as we go we'll weigh some of this so you guys can kind of get an idea. Alright, that weighs 20 ounces, which is almost a pound and a quarter almost. And so that is just a massive amount of weight. And I used to backpack with this when I was a Boy Scout and doing different things. I mean, this thing was something that I backpacked with, and it got me by, but geez, my pack was heavy. And I'm sure it was because I had a pound of stainless steel, or geez, who knows what they make these out of, but they are heavy. But they're a good kit for beginners because they get you out, they get you experience, and they let you try different things. So if you can, get the aluminum, but these have lasted me a while and they're good for car camping and stuff, so I keep these around. And they have, I mean, nice handles. They're really well built, but just way too heavy for my style of backpacking. And usually with that you have these liquid stoves, and these things are just as bad as the actual pot. I mean, these things are heavy, they're big, but these are good for when you're cooking more of those gourmet meals over like an actual pan. They really get some good coverage, and I mean, they've been tested and proven by a lot of people, and so they're really good. But as you can see, that is a big chunk of space that you have to use and wait. And like I said, this is kind of what I start out with backpacking, and it's good. It's just a little too heavy for my style. So there's that option. And this kit is, if you can see here, it's a Coleman Exponenent. And I'm sure, I don't know if these things are even made. These were bought quite a few years ago. Next kit, which is pretty cool. This is made by GSI. It is the GSI Minimalist. And this kit comes with a pot. The bag converts into a sink, lid. Inside there's a cup, which is in my 2018 cookie kit, and you get a spork. So for 30 bucks, you can get a complete kit that is pretty lightweight, a really good price, and GSI makes some really good products. And I know the cup isn't in here, but that weighs an ounce, so just for testing. So we're at about 10 ounces for a whole kit. So that is almost half the weight of this kit. So it's definitely a jump in the right direction for your cook kit. So yeah, this is a great option. Comes with everything you need except for a stove, and you can get different sorts of stoves for that. You can either go with like one of these Coleman MSR kind of knockoffs, a Whisper Light, and yeah, you can combine those two if you want. So yeah, we'll go more into stove options, but yeah, that's a good kit. Last year's setup for me was this kit right here. This was an Ollie Camp. I'm not sure of the actual model of this cup, but it's an Ollie Camp, about a 24 ounce cup. It is really good. I mean, this thing weighs 3 ounces, so I mean, it is fairly light, which compared to my Toaks, which is about 2 ounces, I believe. And this is really cheap. I got this thing for like 10 bucks at one of my outdoor retailers, and it served me really well. If you're wondering, that's just Plasti Dip, and I use that to kind of keep the handle cool. And it actually worked pretty good. Kind of gives you a little extra grip too. I may actually do it to my Toaks, but we'll see. Alright, so yeah, usually in a lot of my kits I carry like a dish rag, which is come in handy. This is like some sort of mesh. I usually sometimes carry tinfoil for a lid. So then there are cups, and this is a cup that I found, and I like having cups because it's a good way to drink hot chocolate, have something to mix stuff in if you're into that, you know, kind of quick bread mixes and whatnot. I usually like to have a cup, and I got this at Walmart. This is some Walmart brand. I think it's the Ozark Trail Expandable Cup, it is almost identical to the X Bowl and X Cup, and it was 99 cents. So this is a really cool option for backpacking. I mean, that thing weighs 2 ounces, so it's pretty light. The cup that comes with the GSI kit, it's an ounce, so that's why it's in my 2018 kit. So yeah, we've kind of covered some of the stoves. Like I said, you can get a heavy pot like these, a stainless steel or aluminum, the GSI kit. You can spend a little more money, about 30 bucks, for a Toaks Titanium Pot, which is what I've resorted to. Or you can kind of go in the middle and get one of these aluminum ones. And so there's a lot of different options. Just do your research on what you want, what your price range is. And to be honest, if some of you are kind of on the fence about some stuff, just buy something that you think will work, try it, you know, and don't by any means blow the bank on it, but just try it and see if you like it. And if you don't, then you know, all right, time to move on to something else. But at least to get you into the outdoors. And that's what's, you know, most important, is getting out there and having good times, but also kind of learning and becoming better. So now we'll kind of go over some stoves. So this stove, like I said, this thing is a monster, but it can boil some water fast. This thing is, I don't even know, I've had it so long. It's a Coleman big stove. Call it the Coleman big stove. 12 ounces. That thing is a lot of weight, but it's good if you're doing like cold weather camping, like really cold weather camping, or you're wanting to have, you know, like more gourmet meals, car camping. This is a good option. These are usually the most expensive. They're usually anywhere, I've seen them from, it's around $70 till, you know, 170. You know, they're on the more expensive end of stoves. So now if we go back, we have the alcohol stove. And I've tried alcohol stoves. You can either buy them or you can make them. This is just 2 root beer containers. And I like it because it's so lightweight, but it's not the quickest thing to boil water, and they're kind of temperamental. So I don't prefer these, but they're good and they're super light. I mean, that thing, 0.32 of an ounce. I mean, that thing is light. So that's an option. And there's, you know, fuel's pretty cheap for these, and you can just get them really readily available at any of your like hardware stores. Like you can get denatured alcohol or heat. And so I'm not a fan of these. I would like to try more of them and give it another shot. I may try it when I'm using my lightweight kit. I may swap it out for an overnighter and just try this again. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, alcohol stoves, cheap, and a good beginning lightweight backpacking option. So there's that. Probably my favorite is the, let me open this up real quick. So the MSR products, they're time truly tested. This is the MSR Pocket Rocket. This is by far my favorite stove because this is what got me into lightweight backpacking. This thing is awesome. I've never had a problem with this, except for one time. It almost burned my eyebrows off, which was pretty scary, but I think it was because of the fuel canister. So there's that. This is cheap. You can get this about $40 at most places. You may be able to find some discounts, but it's a good option for lightweight, durable, and dependable backpacking gear. Let's see what this thing weighs. 3 ounces. So that's a really good option, really light. Yeah, I mean, enough said. I mean, this is just an amazing product, and I'd recommend this to anyone. For the price, you can't beat it. There are cheaper options on Amazon. There's some good reviews on them. There's some bad reviews on them. I would just spend the $40 and get one of these if you're looking for a cheap option. But something new that I got this year was the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. And this is a little smaller, as you can tell. Just overall, just a smaller package. The burner is a little smaller, and I think it's an ounce lighter. Yeah, it is almost, it's a little less than an ounce. So I wanted to get this to try it, and because I love the Pocket Rocket so much, I decided to get this one. This is a great stove. I'm excited to do a review on this. I want to get some more experience with it. But it is an amazing stove. And just a little lighter so it can go into my new 2018 kit. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options for you on what type of cook kit you want. I mean, and it all depends on what you do mostly, like what type of backpacker you are, how much money you want to spend, what type of cooking you want to do. These are just a few of the options, and as I get more stoves, I'll make sure to update you guys on kind of what I like. But these are some amazing stoves that have worked for me, and I will continue to use when opportunities deem it. And so I hope that helps. There's, a couple options for you. If you have questions, just leave them in the comments. All right, guys, I hope that helped. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions on any of the things that you've seen here, I'll try and link a lot of it in the description below if I can. But feel free to comment, ask questions. Really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. There will be more content coming out as weather gets warmer and things get more exciting outdoors. I'll be heading out to test a lot of this gear. So thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day.